626 genetically modified rodents were harmed in the creation of this movie.
Welcome to Direct Video. VHS? A podcast where we pair movies like fine wine. It's been a grip.
I'm so sorry.
It's cool. I mean, we knew that this would happen.
Yeah, and we also committed, like, mental side. What do you call it when you assassinate your own mind?
I think suicide's okay. But what do you call it when somebody who made a movie in 2007 assassinates your mind? Because...
God, 10 years ago. These two movies are older, I will say. Oof.
I listened back to our last podcast to edit it. Mm-hmm. And there was a bit where you're like, I'm so hot. You're like, I think I have a fever. And I was like, yeah, I remember, like, feeling like I had a fever.
Oh, man. These movies, though, were very good. I will say,
were not terrible in a way that, like, I'm going to base every movie I watch from now on off of how awful The Wild was.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I'm just gonna forget it. I'm gonna purge it from my mind.
I can't. It's forever.
I already can't remember most of that movie, which is fantastic. Like I woke up the next day like a newborn child. Like, oh my god, everything is so clear.
After we watched The Wild, I had to go for a walk and then eat an entire meal, and it was like 1 in the morning. And I stress
ate a pound of cheese that night. So.
Yes. Don't watch The Wild. Watch Lilo and Stitch.
I will. I'm going to get ahead of the curve and say we messed up. That's our bad.
What'd we do?
Stitch the movie technically comes out before Stitch 2, but it takes place afterwards, so we're still good.
I wanted to do Stitch, like, if we were going through the other Stitch movies, I figured those could be more easily paired.
Mm-hmm. Well, Stitch the movie does take place after this one, which
if you say so.
No, that's what the timeline says.
Stitch 2 feels like it doesn't take place in that same timeline, because they treat Stitch as a different being than he is in the other movie.
They definitely take his character in a different direction in this.
Not even his character, I mean, even just his physical makeup.
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, he acts like an actual robot for a bit, and they lean into it.
Yeah. Well, you know. Let's do some quick facts.
Yeah, let's do it.
Quick facts. First off, let's start with some sad one. Let's start with a sad one.
I don't know.
Or actually, wait, we might have to start with two sad ones.
All right.
No, we don't.
Bringing us down. Getting some low energy.
Start low, you know. But I will say, right, that, like, the voice of Dr. Jumba was David Allen Ogden Stiers, who passed away March 3rd of this year. He was 75. He was known for MASH. He was the voice of Cogsworth. He was Governor Ratcliffe in Pocahontas.
Oh, dang. He did a lot of voice acting, huh?
Yeah, we talked about him and how good his voice was, I think, in Beauty and the Beast and in Pocahontas. And
that makes sense, but especially with the Beauty and the Beast one, that may as well be lost forever, because I'm not planning on listening to 4 hours of us talking about Beauty and the Beast anytime soon.
Same, but we definitely like go in on how good Governor Ratcliffe was in Pocahontas.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
and he's the voice of Dr. Jumba in this film, so it's definitely a loss.
Mm-hmm.
And he's great in this film. He's very good. In this one and the next one.
I don't like Jumbo as much in the next film.
I like him better in the next film. We'll get into it.
Okay, well, we'll get into it.
We'll get into it. Lilo and Stitch came out in 2002. It had a budget of $80 million and had a box office of $273 million. So it was definitely successful.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't think that it was.
Same. I remember we had a talk about this. It definitely, like, from the beginning feels so different from most Disney movies.
That's how it was advertised.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah, no, for sure.
All the advertisements were like, this is going to be like a different movie than what we usually do.
This isn't your dad's Disney movie.
What?
This isn't your father's Disney. I don't know what this character is, and I hate it. So.
I hate this character too, but we're stuck with him forever.
No, we're not. We're not stuck with him.
No, that's how it works.
Oh no, he died. I saw him. I saw it happen. Oh, what a shame.
All right. The next DVD extras will be a funeral for that character.
No, it won't. The development of this movie, from what I can tell, is pretty standard. So they wanted to make a smaller, kind of cheaper film with this one.
Mm-hmm.
And an idea was pitched to... A couple of children's book ideas were pitched, fairy tale ideas, but then they decided that they wanted to do Hawaii because so many Disney movies are set in fairy tale, like, Europe-esque locations.
Right, we talked about how, like, there are at least 2 Disney movies that are definitely in France.
Yeah.
And a couple that are probably Germany.
Yeah. So the goal was to kind of develop a look and a feel that was very different than Europe, and Hawaii was chosen as the best choice. And they took a tour of Hawaii, and the kind of the idea of the film and the main characters, the main character Lilo was developed while they were being taken on a tour of the island.
Mm-hmm.
And the tour guide was like, they noticed that the tour guide kind of it like knew everybody, right, like by name.
Oh, sure.
And then and this tour guide also explained to them the kind of the main theme of the film, which is Ohana, and it really kind of settled into the writers, like, okay, this is going to be our theme. This is what Hawaii is all about. We'll do this. And this will be our kind of starting point. And I don't know at which point the space stuff came into it. Because they don't talk about it. Like, as far as I can tell, the big thing was, where are we going to set this movie? They decided on Hawaii, and then at some point, aliens. They went with it, I guess. But
yeah, all right, great.
they did, as far as I can tell, that the big thing that everyone was talking about at Disney is, oh, we're doing it in Hawaii, and at some point, aliens were introduced. I can't find anything about it. I just can't.
Okay. But we don't start in Hawaii.
No, we don't. We start at an intergalactic, like, Senate trial.
It's called a council. They say council a lot.
Council.
And the thing about it is it's huge, and it has a lot of different types of aliens. And I was looking at this, and I was like, man, what if the prequels weren't stupid? I was like, it's just like there's all these different kinds of aliens. They're all different designs, and there's so many of them. And it was suddenly I thought, hey, this could be done well, and it's being done well here.
I think my favorite thing about it is so many of the aliens aren't humanoid in shape,
right?
And the ones that are of such varying body types that like it's fine, it's good, and even. I do like that the police force are just all space velociraptors. I thought that was a good touch. But yeah, the movie starts with this council trial. Dr. Jumba Jokiba is being accused of genetic malpractice.
Now, here's the thing about this. I want to know, because it really popped in my mind, and I was curious about it. Like, is creating a new life form unethical? Because I mean, specifically, he created a new life form to destroy, and that's not great. But the way it's presented was that anybody doing any kind of genetic testing was doing something unethical, and I don't think I can agree with that. Now, maybe something happened in the history of these alien races that
I will
made
say,
it unethical.
I will say, like, in terms of, like, Earth, we do have laws against genetic splicing and human cloning. Like, we have laws against that.
Yeah, but we don't have laws against making a new species.
Well, no, because we do, because in order to make a new species, you have to genetically splice DNA.
Do we really have laws against, like, splicing dog DNA with coyote DNA, though?
No, well, we have laws against it. I don't know how specific they are, but I know that you're not allowed to just, like, shove dolphin DNA into people and stuff like that. I don't know what the extent of the laws are. I just know that they're around. And like certain parts of the EU have even stricter laws about cloning.
And the other important question is, would these laws stop a scientist who really thought he could be the first one to make a new species? Like, even if he was a decent guy, he might try it.
Maybe the other ones, like, were arrested, but they didn't have a living specimen.
Yeah, maybe. But they have a living specimen here.
They do.
His name is 626. He's wearing cuffs.
In a funky red jumpsuit that looks really nice.
That, until the second movie, I just assumed was a prison jumpsuit. Like, it's bright red. I thought it was so they could see him.
I will say, it makes a lot more sense that it isn't a prison jumpsuit. How would they get it on him?
You know what? Fair. They asked Stitch to, like, prove... I'm sorry, 626. He's not Stitch yet. To prove that he has, like, some good in him, and he seems to swear at them in some sort of juvenile way.
He says something to them that causes a robot to, like, let loose physical nuts and bolts.
Yeah, it very much... Jumba says, I didn't teach him that, which I wrote down because we've said it in, like, the past 4
that
podcasts. But so... Yeah, well, the thing is...
Good callback.
But here's my problem. Here's my problem with this. I have some serious... If we're getting into ethics, I have ethical concerns about the capture, exile, and possible destruction of a creature whose only crimes are 1, existing, and 2, swearing at somebody who put him in a cage.
To be fair, like, you're right. And you're right.
It seems like morally, these people don't have a leg to stand on.
It seems to me that...
and it gets worse before it gets better.
It does get worse before it gets better. Oh, man. It seems to me that the council has these kind of protocols and rules that they have to follow, regardless of the situation, and this is just the standard. Like, if somebody commits a grand crime, they are, exiled and put on a planet alone. I don't think anyone really thought, like, this guy's only crime is existence. Should we really just strand him on a barren planet that he can't escape from?
That's how you make a supervillain, too. Like...
But thankfully, Stitch, 626, has other plans.
So, they lock him up. Gantu, the giant whale captain, locks him in this interesting upside-down cage thing with 2 guns pointed at him that will shoot at him if he makes unusual moves, but they are...
they're, like, DNA tracked?
Yeah, they're DNA tracked. So he spits to make them shoot places. And that is very good.
That is such a design flaw. But
that's such a huge design flaw.
This entire escape sequence is very good, though.
Yeah. Then again, maybe not everybody can make a loogie like that. You know?
It was pretty... Like, I've made some honkin' noogies before, but, like, that one had a consistency. It was jellyfish-like.
So, Stitch manages to get out. He gets into
he steals
a police cruiser. Quote, the red one, because there's one red police cruiser and all the other ones are blue. He hits the hyperdrive, which does this interesting thing to space.
This was my favorite thing about the movie, because when he initiates the hyperdrive, the wave pushes against the council ship in a very interesting and cool way.
Yeah.
It is very satisfying to watch.
It seems to knock out the ship for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Because we don't get to see what they're up to for... Oh, no, we do. But they can't, like, move. They're stuck. They realize he's going to Earth, and the fucking Grand Councilwoman's first idea is to gas the planet.
Oh my god, right? Like,
he was being sent into exile. Now they're willing to kill trillions of creatures.
Now, this is a creature that was created to be a genetic weapon of mass destruction by a crazy dude.
Uh-huh.
At some point, and I'm not saying they're right, I'm just saying I can see a government entity deciding we're going to destroy a planet for the greater good, very Vulcan. No, we've both seen episodes of Star Trek, right? We know that they're wrong.
But if his coding is to destroy things, how would he get off the planet after he destroyed it? He crashes the ship.
Yeah,
I guess they don't. I guess they don't know that necessarily.
They don't know that. A and B. What if he's like intelligent? What if he fixed it?
Well, I don't think they can. They don't consider him as something that can build something, because it surprises Jumba, and they get all their ideas from him. It doesn't matter. It's like a crazy thing they decide to do until
I do love that they. Pleakley,
who is I forget his rank.
He's just an agent. He's a scientist. He's like a Earth expert.
Yeah.
And he mentions that Earth is home to a galactic endangered species, the mosquito, which is, I think, one of the best long gags I've ever seen.
It's a very good long gag. Although I have to... Aren't every species on Earth a galactic endangered species?
I will say, I think that the thing that I love about this is the implication that every other species on Earth exists on some other planet in some form. But B, everyone hates mosquitoes.
Yes. Well, but the thing is, you just made me think of something very important. I was going to say humans, and then I realized something. That this movie, there is a tentative... Man, 3 Disney movies take place in France. Okay, there is a tentative connection.
Were you looking that up while we were talking?
No, I was going to compare the connection that this movie has to Treasure Planet to the connection that Beauty and the Beast has to Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah. And then I realized that was Hunchback was also in France.
In France, yeah. Okay, I see where you're going.
But like some of the aliens in this movie are also in that movie, and if there is a real connection, if there is a part of space that you can just fucking sail through, then that means that there are humans, spacefaring humans in space, that aren't from Earth.
Yeah.
Which could mean that every other animal except for mosquitoes lives somewhere else. It is an interesting idea.
It is a very interesting idea, and I will say I think my
and
favorite,
it's a good gag.
The escape scene ends when they realize that Stitch is going to crash into the ocean, and I forget what they say exactly, but basically he can't swim and he'll drown and die.
He's too dense.
Yeah, he's too dense.
I do forget what they say, but I know that like chimps can't swim because they have too much muscle and not enough fat.
Yeah.
And that's definitely true of Stitch.
A close friend of mine, when I met him, had such a high muscle content that he couldn't float on water, which was very interesting. That's just a fun fact about somebody I know. But and they're all cheering and celebrating, but then the Pacific Ocean has a secret weapon, an island in the middle of the fucking ocean called Kauai.
Is it Kauai? Okay.
It's Kauai. I'm looking... Hey, fun fact, Tony. I have the Wikipedia page right in front of me just in case.
Wonderful. I was like trying to make note of which one it looked like, and I was like, I don't know if it's that one or this one. And then I was like, I just won't write it down.
Yeah, I knew that it wasn't Oahu because they went with one of the smaller ones, but that was it.
Yes, it's
But it's Kauai. And apologies if anybody listening knows how to pronounce these names, and we're doing it wrong.
Yeah,
we're gonna try though. We're gonna try really hard. So,
I think the people on Kauai are used to it.
Yes, but I don't want to add to the problem.
That's fair.
So we see Nani and Lilo.
Well, we see Lilo first with her.
We see Lilo
with
first.
her hobbies. She's feeding a fish a sandwich, and then she takes photos of tourists, and then she's late to her dance practice. But despite being late, she does the dance perfectly.
Right.
And I have seen like little girls in dance practice, and these little girls are very good. Because usually they're not nearly that good.
Yeah, no, I've had to like take kids to their dance practice, and most little kid dance recitals are like learning how to skip, or like we're gonna jump today.
Right, and I've seen and but even if they're like a little bit higher level than that, then like one girl gets it and is like doing really well, and the other ones are just like copying her because
because that's how kids do. That's how kids learn. But the one thing that we learn about Lilo is that she's very much an outcast to this very small group of girls.
The next thing that happens is she says the fish controls the weather and then beats the crap out of Myrtle.
Oh, man. I don't want to encourage children to beat the shit out of other children.
Although it's usually adorable and sometimes funny.
But man, it felt really good. I hate the character that is Myrtle so much.
Yeah.
It's not her fault, but also she's a bitch. And kind of deserves it, so, you know.
She's just, she's like 7. You have to like let a certain amount of bullshit slide.
No, right, like definitely, like her parents are
but
definitely
like
the true
other
bitches.
7-year-olds can't let a certain amount of bullshit slide, so I get it.
Yeah, right. I'm not. Lilo is not wrong for beating the shit out of her, is what I'm saying. I took a class on being a teacher. I know this stuff. So, I remember the section that says when you should and should not let children beat the shit out of each other.
Our generation is having kids.
I think we're gonna do pretty good. Like, I definitely didn't beat the shit out of people when I was a kid, but man, I wish I did. Like, in retrospect,
yeah, me neither, right?
Like now looking back, there were some kids I knew in like kindergarten that I could have probably gotten away with beating the shit out of. Following this, Nani loses Lilo for a bit, and while she's trying to break into the house, we meet the best character. Disney
Cobra Bubbles is the best character,
He's
but
so
I do
good.
need to talk about this scene because have you ever had a social worker at your house?
No.
Once when my family, I forget if the house was just messy or if there was like a special reason, we got a maid service, and my sister is diabetic, and they found her needles and called child services.
Oh, shit.
Because they're like, these people have needles just laying around the house. So my parents, like, you know, had to dress everything up like we were totally normal and everything was fine.
Yeah, we're a functional atomic family.
Yeah. And we're like, yeah, the kids always have food and there's no drugs. And it was just like very clearly very high stress for both of them, and like everybody could sort of feel it. At the moment, like Nani is locked out of her house and Lilo has nailed the door shut. So she needs to take Bubbles around back where there's like all this broken stuff, and I was thinking like, man, you don't want the social worker to see all the broken stuff behind your house, because everybody has it. Everybody has a bunch of broken stuff behind their house.
Yeah, everybody.
You
has,
don't
like,
just show it to somebody.
Everybody has like just a segment of their yard where it's like, this is where the old stuff goes, because it's family stuff, so we don't want to throw it away, but also it's really old, so we don't want it near the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cobra Bubbles is such a great character because he's like, listen, I'm doing my job.
Mm-hmm. But he has a rough job.
He does have a rough job, and I considering the circumstances of his former employment, I would have thought he would pick something a little less stressful emotionally.
Here's the thing. What has his life been like? Huh? What's the story of Cobra Bubbles?
I want to know.
He has a tattoo on his hand that says Cobra.
Which...
Lilo asks how many people he's killed, and like, that's a good question.
I love his response to that, which is just, we're getting off topic. Which is like, not the response you want to hear.
It's not also, zero.
But it's also the coolest response to hear as a child. Cobra Bubbles basically is like, listen, you have 3 days to get your act together.
Well, and we haven't said why, although I think he says this later, but I'm just going to say it now. He's the bad social worker. If your file is on his desk, you're going to lose your kid. Like, that's what he says. And again, I don't think it's until later. But he says
it in this scene. That he's I know the line for line, but I don't want to say it line for line. But yes, he says that.
Okay.
I am the person they call when things go wrong. And things have gone very wrong.
Yeah, so he tells her she has 3 days. He opens the door that's nailed shut.
In just a single, like... He's so cool.
He's very cool.
Also, his name is Cobra
Bubbles.
I love... That's like my favorite kind of joke, is that kind of shit. So, a shooting star...
Whoa, we can't jump forward because this next scene has the truest depiction of sibling fighting I've ever seen, which is grabbing a small child when you're very mad at them, but you're like... You just, like, grab them, like, stop running from me, and they lick your arm.
And you're just... Yeah, there's a lot of just good sibling stuff in this movie.
Yes, there is.
That I'm just like... Yeah, like... The licking, the emphasis on licking and biting is such a strong... Like, that was the ultimate power move as a kid.
Mm-hmm. And there's a bit later where Nani collapses on top of Lilo, and, like, that happened all the time in my childhood.
Yeah. A sibling sitting on another sibling was very common in my childhood as well.
But the shooting star.
Yeah, so a shooting star lands in their backyard, which I would freak the fuck out.
Well, I think it's a little ways off, but you're basically right.
I don't know. I would if I was a kid, my first thought would be like sneak out of the house and go look at that shit. But I do think I'm like from the very like tail end of the era where kids were just allowed to wander around. You know?
Well, Lilo's definitely allowed to wander around. The thing about this place, I mean, I think the reason that this movie takes place here is because it's like an island that's a small town.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody knows everybody, and if there's somebody you don't know, then they're only here for a week.
Yeah, they're just a tourist.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lilo makes a wish to the shooting star that she just wants a friend. Mm-hmm. Which is the saddest thing that a child can say.
It's a very sad thing, but it leads to a decision by Nani, which is kind of crazy, because she does not need...
This
any extra stress.
This to me, I think, tells me a lot about who Nani is as a character, because like even though Lilo is at risk of being taken away from her, her first thing is like, well, I need to make Lilo feel happy and comfortable.
Yeah.
Before I can start worrying about this other stuff, which is a good, I think, choice. I like it.
It does tell you a lot about her,
and it's definitely the best choice I think you could make in that situation.
Well, I'm not certain if that's true. I mean, this dog.
Yeah. Well, listen. the problem with the plan isn't the plan so much as it is the. So Stitch gets run over by a truck. Well, yes. Multiple trucks, I think.
2 trucks.
Yeah, 2 trucks run over Stitch.
They got a good old-fashioned convoy to run over Stitch.
Did one of them say that they thought it was a koala?
No, that's Nani later.
That's a good one. That's a good. So when Nani and Lilo go to the pound, 626 decides to impersonate a dog by stuffing his arms into his body.
I guess he has some kind of disguise ability thing for if he has to infiltrate. Yeah. Because he can pull his arms inside of his body, and he does the same thing with his antenna.
Yeah, and the spine things,
yeah.
Whatever those are called.
I think spines is fine.
Yes. And in order to look relatively like a dog, the other dogs are absolutely terrified of him.
That's another thing I find really good, that these other dogs, like this, they're like, what is this fucking demon creature?
This.
And they don't bark at him, which is a very basic thing for a dog to do. They all hide.
I think, right, there are two modes of dog. The first mode is, I'm barking because I'm confused. And the second mode is, I'm not making noise because there is a predator here.
Yeah, did you see that video of the 2 dogs barking at some bushes, and then out of the bushes climbs a grizzly bear?
Holy shit. Okay, well, no, some dogs are dumb.
This one goes into a backyard. It's like, why are you barking? Shut up! And then the bear just like climbs over the fence to run away from the dogs.
Man, I would forever be in fear of my dogs barking out of bushes for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the lesson I would learn. Lilo loves 626. He is the perfect dog. He's weird and creepy and freaky, and she just attaches to that.
And he can talk.
And he can talk. Stitch's talking is...
Yeah.
I don't want to call it a plot hole.
Okay.
But there's a moment at the end of the movie where he's just talking. Like a normal intelligent creature. And I was so confused.
Well, is he talking to the alien?
Well, yes, he's talking to the aliens, but there's a moment where he speaks English to Nani where I was like, this is a little weird.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is a little weird.
It's weird in the second movie. In the second movie, he can basically just speak English all the time. And it's like, ooh, okay, this is a little bit jarring.
They do dial it back in the second movie to him speaking more broken English.
Right.
Whereas at the end of this first movie, he straight up just speaks sentences.
Mm-hmm.
So she adopts the dog and Experiment 626 and names him Stitch.
There's a good, another, like, pretty decent sibling scene. The "Can I borrow $2" scene.
I love that scene so much. I had, like, a very similar experience with my little brother when he was a kid. Where just, like, I'm about to buy this thing for him. Wait, I want to do it. Like, it's such a choice interaction. Also, $2 for a pet license. That's really good.
That is very good. I wonder if the reason Nani decided then would be a good time to get a dog is because there was some sort of special. Mm-hmm. Because
Yeah,
It usually costs like $60 to get a dog from like a rescue.
Yeah,
like not a ton of money, but not nothing.
Yeah, the kennel near my uni, I think it's $50 specifically for students or faculty of the university. Because they do like an event on campus where they let the kids play with the dogs, which is cheating.
They need to cheat, Andy. Otherwise, they have a bunch of dead dogs.
No, I understand, but like, I can't own a dog. A, I can't afford it, and B, my landlord won't allow it because my former landlord. I don't want to talk about dogs because I came to a realization that I want to own a big dog because I like big dogs, but I'm too tired all the time to have the energy to play with a big dog when they need it.
Greyhound.
So I'm just gonna adopt old big dogs.
Greyhound. The answer is Greyhound.
Or I can adopt old big dogs.
Okay, but Greyhound is
But I want a fluffy dog.
Oh my god. Well, get a fluffy Greyhound. I'm just kidding. They don't exist. They're bred for speed.
Yeah, they are.
They're
very
But they're big dogs
creatures.
that don't need any exercise. Greyhounds don't need any exercise. They just run really fast and then stop. Just so you know. I mean, it seems like they would need exercise, but apparently they're like the perfect apartment dog.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I definitely think so. Somebody I follow on Twitter has like a greyhound type creature for their apartment.
So,
very cute. Very narrow.
Lilo and
They're like
Stitch are
wedges.
left to wander the island. There's a giant spider movie on TV that Stitch gets really into that I think I saw. I think it was an MST3K movie.
It is. God damn it. I keep thinking Eight-Legged Freaks, but it's not Eight-Legged Freaks.
No, Eight-Legged Freaks is a more modern one. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. I think it had a subplot about the eggs, the spider eggs having diamonds in them, though. Like,
Yeah.
it was a dumb movie.
I wonder if originally they wanted to do King Kong, but couldn't get the rights to it because of a later scene.
Well, he makes San Francisco. King Kong's not in San Francisco.
Oh, right. King Kong's New York because he climbs
That's
the
New York.
Empire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean that King Kong's island is somewhere in the Atlantic? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
They
Or
take
maybe he's
King
in
Kong
South
to New
America.
York.
But they take him by boat, which means
Look, dude.
right, Lilo and Stitch. So
What do you want me to fucking say, Andy?
you could just steer us back. I was silent for like almost a whole minute contemplating, and you could have just been like, back to the movie, and I would have been like, right. I trust you to be the responsible one here. I can't do that.
Do you know, something I learned is that, fucking Madagascar in the Wild, our last fucking, podcast recording was the tightest recording we've ever done.
That is shameful.
I think we were just, like, we just kept talking because we were so afraid of thinking for a second. That we, like, I almost never had to, like, cut out blank spots.
I noticed
We
that
just
when you
kept
posted.
talking.
I noticed when you posted it, I was like, "That's really tight." That we only I was worried after we were done recording. Like, is this gonna be enough?
Yeah, we like recorded for 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it was like 2 hours and 10 minutes when I was done recording it.
That is rough. that is so fucking shameful. So
we haven't talked about Jumbo for a little bit.
we haven't talked about Jumbo for a bit because
Or do you want to... Actually, no.
does this happen?
Let's do
yet?
Stitch first.
Well,
I want to get to Stitch's realization before we go back to talking about Jumbo.
Mm-hmm.
I want to... So they see the other girls, and they're like, you know, being bitches or whatever.
Yep.
And Stitch just, like, steals Myrtle's tricycle. And the weird choice for this movie is that Myrtle has a tricycle and her friends have bikes. And, like, I don't know that much about little kids. I feel like Myrtle would be getting made fun of at that point.
she has like a classic like play school plastic trike.
She's got, like, a big wheel.
Yeah.
Which Stitch steals and takes them all around the island, and then Lilo says, it's great to live on an island with no big cities, and he, I think, just starts crying.
But yeah, he realizes, like, wait, there's nothing. Here's a and this movie gets weirdly philosophical around this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Jumba and Pleakley were hired by the council basically to go and capture 626 as discreetly as possible.
Yep. And Jumba, his payment is not being in prison anymore, which is very good.
Yeah, he has he has, as we learn later, 621 other experiments to take care of.
Living in exile has worked out well for him.
It really has. So, So, Lilo takes Stitch back to the house and kind of basically tells Stitch, listen, you like breaking stuff. Why don't you try making something? And Stitch proceeds to make a scale model of San Francisco, complete with the bridge, which I think was the most impressive part to me. Because it even had like a bow in the middle, like the bridge does. Very good.
It's very good.
Which he then proceeds to destroy. I assume living out his greatest destructive fantasy.
It's a very good scene. I mean, there's a moment where he goes like, no, save me, and then starts eating a car.
It's really good. Jumba and Pleakley are at this point kind of spying on Stitch from afar.
And, okay, so they can't shoot the little girl. Pleakley's very against that. So Stitch has been using her as a human shield. Mm-hmm. And Jumba has a great plan. He's waging psychological warfare. He believes that if Stitch can't destroy he's supposed to destroy cities. If he can't go destroy a city, then he won't be able to handle just living as a pet.
Yeah, he'll go stir crazy.
And he'll eventually just give up so he can get the hell off of this island.
And I think that, to me, there's a moment where Jumba kind of says, like his whole purpose in life, everything he was made for, was to destroy, and now he doesn't even have that. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have memories to remember fondly. He doesn't have family. What's left? Who is Stitch without these things? And I got really sad. Mm-hmm. And Stitch
we skipped a big part.
Oh, did we?
We skipped when Nani lost her job.
Oh shit, that's right. That does happen.
Which was due entirely to aliens. Aliens took Nani's job, and there's a joke there that I'm not going to make.
Give me a sec.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. They didn't take her job.
No, they didn't, but I had to write it down like that.
It definitely caused her to lose it, though. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Jumba and Pleakley, very in the open trying to kidnap Stitch, caused her to lose her job.
Seriously.
And then we get the, destroying San Francisco.
Yeah.
And the chart with how bad Stitch is, and that one comes back in the next movie.
Yeah. And there's also...
And we get Pleakley being eaten by mosquitoes, which is just a great way to get West Nile.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know if the mosquitoes in Hawaii would have a chance to transfer the virus from West Nile, even with all the tourists kind of flying in and out of the country.
That's a good point. Maybe malaria, though.
Definitely malaria. Not a good thing to be eaten alive by mosquitoes.
Bubbles comes by the next day, tells Nani to get a job.
Stitch throws something at him.
And here's the thing, watching this... Okay, one, he has a great line, which is, "Thus far you have been adrift in the sheltered harbor of my patience."
That's poetic as fuck, and I love it.
I know. Who is Bubbles?
He's a poet, and he's definitely killed many men.
But the thing that I only understood upon, like, watching this scene as an adult, you know, having seen it before, is the way he looks at Stitch. He knows that's not a fucking dog.
Yeah, right.
Like, this guy used to deal with aliens. That's an alien.
I have a feeling that the moment he saw Stitch, he, like, went back and called the CIA and was like, listen, I know I'm retired, but I'm dealing with some shit.
Yeah, we got problems here.
Aren't you a social worker? What kind of problems can you have?
You ever seen Alf? We got sort of an Alf situation.
But the creature is a lot more adorable and not horrifying.
He might still eat cats,
Alf
though.
is the most disgusting puppet creature. Like, I remember Dinosaurs, and the sitcom Dinosaurs, in which there is a baby dinosaur that looks like Jabba the Hutt
They
got
all
a
look
fitness
terrible.
program.
The dinosaurs look just awful.
But Alf crawled out of the deep recesses, the sewage of my nightmares, took on a physical form, and then, like, super glued the excess hair from a barber shop onto himself to appear more humanoid, and he had multiple
like,
seasons of a show. Like,
why didn't you like Muppets as a kid, Andy?
Just everything about Alf as a child terrified me, and as an adult disgusts me.
So, Bubbles tells Lilo that Stitch needs to become a model citizen, which, because she's Lilo, she takes very literally.
Very literally. He needs to become a model citizen.
Mm-hmm.
So she picks the best model she knows. The King.
We haven't gone over this yet, but Lilo's obsessed with Elvis. And that was a cool choice that they made. I really like that added to her character.
It is such a great choice. Like, as a kid, I understood who Elvis was enough that joke stuck really well. I think this movie was my first experience listening to Elvis Presley music, actually. I would have been, 6 when this movie came out?
Okay, so yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's really weird, but I held my tongue until you, gave me an age.
7. I was 7 when this movie came. What? No,
because I was like, man, there's a lot of Elvis songs.
And I will say, I love pretty much all of them.
I mean, every Christmas, he's got 2 or 3 Christmas songs, right?
I don't listen to Christmas music. What's wrong with you? I listen to music that's good.
As a kid.
As a kid, I listened to Feliz Navidad because I could sing it.
That's fair.
And also, it's the only good Christmas song.
I like Blue Christmas.
The fuck is Blue Christmas?
You don't know Blue Christmas? That's his
I know
Christmas
White
song.
I know White Christmas.
He sings about how it'll be a blue Christmas without you.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, while Lilo is trying to teach Stitch to be more like Elvis, Nani is trying to find a job, and both are, I don't want to say failing catastrophically.
Well, the thing is, Stitch's catastrophic failures cause Nani to fail.
Yeah. So then we re-meet David, who we met earlier, who is a fire catcher at Nani's former job.
Yeah, he's not very good at the fire bit. He dances real well.
He dances real good, and according to Nani, has a good butt.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't really come across in animation, but hey, what can you do?
Well, he's usually wearing a skirt or trunks or something.
Like beach shorts, which don't cling enough, I don't think.
So this is what I really like about this scene is that after this whole day of destruction, Stitch has this curiosity about family that culminates in him surfing. And it's really well done for a few reasons. one of them is that, like, there are a couple times that, like, he and Nani have to directly interact. And there are some scenes that convey a lot of complicated emotion in how they both feel just through animation. Because there's, like, no words. They're just, like, looking at each other.
Nani keeps making a face that I have made looking at other people's pets that says, I'm pretending to like you because the social situation requires it, but ew.
Well, then just like the fucking day before, she saw him raiding the fridge.
Yeah.
Which fucking dogs don't do.
It's such a strange thing, right? Because Nani knows that Stitch isn't a dog, but what else could it be?
Right, exactly.
So I love this scene. It's so quiet and it's so ruminating, and the song is really good. And the expression of Stitch's curiosity of just family interaction, but also his mimicry of it. Mm-hmm. Like when they're building a sandcastle over Lilo, and Stitch kind of mimics it, and then kind of realizes, like, no, this isn't the same. He's slowly trying to figure out what it is that he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, and it culminates in a big, like, a huge family emergency, which is, well, the dog is dragging the girl into...
Yeah, the dog and the girl are drowning.
Are drowning because Stitch can't swim, and he's trying to hold on to Lilo, and Lilo can't swim with him clinging onto her. And, again, a really good scene where Nani kicks him.
Oh, God, yeah.
To, like, get him off of Lilo, and then David goes and saves him.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see Cobra Bubbles. And boy, howdy.
What a bad everything.
Yeah, because it looks like she's been, like, not looking for a job. And also that she, like, almost got her sister killed. And he says, I think it's clear that you need her more than she needs you.
No, that's
and,
later.
like,
That's later.
Is that later? Okay.
That's later. That's during the scene where...
Okay.
Oh,
you know what? I actually have that written down later. Yeah, it was... That line really stuck to me.
He does say, though, he kind of says here, like, listen, you're trying your best, but I can't do anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So
right, and she realizes here, at least that's my understanding, and I think her understanding is that Lilo's gone.
Yeah.
And that meant that the next scene, where she sings a song whose lyrics I don't know because I do not speak this language, to Lilo, when they both kind of know that she'll be taken away the next morning, made me cry a lot. Boy howdy.
It almost got me, but I managed to steel myself through it.
Thank goodness one of us was strong enough. That was hard.
It's rough. And
then Lilo shows Stitch the picture of her family, and she gives him this little speech about whether he will become part of their family or not, and she says, I remember everyone that leaves, and fuck.
That got me. That got me hard. And Stitch kind of so the Stitch kind of takes this Ugly Duckling book that Lilo has, which, side note, very different story than the one I remember as a kid. But
it's not. It's like it seems to be like a different telling of the story, same basic idea.
Yeah, but Stitch. Yeah. Yeah, so Stitch takes this book and he runs off into, like, the middle of the forest, and he opens it to this one particular page, which is kind of the climax of the book, where the Ugly Duckling yells, I'm lost, and then his parents and his family appears kind of and find him, and he just kind of screams into the jungle, "I'm lost," and that got me. That's when I started crying.
Okay, that was it, huh?
Yeah, it's like, man.
So let me backtrack a little bit, because there are two characters who, again, we haven't
given them their due diligence.
Yeah, and so in the last scene, Jumba and Pleakley were trying to catch Stitch as he. I mean, that's what made the emergency happen. Was they were trying to catch Stitch as he was surfing, and he fought them off, but then started to drown.
Yeah, they wiped out.
They get a call from the Grand Councilwoman. Hey, and like, I have judged her for being harsh before, but this seems fucking harsh. They are fired and prison bound for failing to capture a living weapon in 2 days without anybody noticing them. They're not even like army guys. There's a scientist who, my understanding is, never actually went to this planet.
Yeah.
And a crazy... I guess they're both scientists. Another crazy scientist!
I would say a biologist and a geneticist.
Well, the point is, neither of them have training for this.
It seems to me that, like Cobra Bubbles, Dr. Jumba has a pass, because he seems to be very adept at doing militant things.
That's true. But what this all means is that Jumba decides, hey, if they're fired, I can go get him back my way, which is, shooting whoever fucking gets in the way. And so he finds Stitch. I guess Stitch, it seems like he stayed in that clearing until morning.
Yeah, he looks like he just kind of fell asleep there.
Yeah, and this was a rough scene where he asked Stitch what he's doing, why isn't he running? And he said he's waiting for his family.
Oof. Even Jumba seems surprised by that response.
Yeah. And Jumba's just like, well, you don't have one.
Yeah,
and,
I made you.
Yeah.
This next action scene is, I think, one of the best action scenes Disney has ever done.
It is a very, very good alien fight scene. And I found out, apparently, originally, and it ends in the house exploding.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, the house exploded because Stitch messed with the stove and then tricked Jumba into shooting at him, so it blew up. And they changed it to like a goofier thing that maybe wouldn't tell kids how to blow up houses.
Understandable.
Like, I think they were actually worried about maybe losing their PG rating by blowing up the house in a way that, like, somebody who actually wanted to blow up a house might do.
A legitimate concern.
Yeah, but there's this big fight scene.
It is...
This whole time, Jumba has been working on this idea that if you hit Stitch with a plasma cannon, it should stun him long enough to be able to capture him. And this turns out to be not fucking true.
Stitch pulls a fucking Master Yoda and just catches it. And he's like, oh, this is awesome. And then he's like, oh, wait, I'm holding plasma.
Oh, but before this, Nani has gone off because David has found her a job.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
And so, like, maybe she'll be able to keep Lilo. So she's, like, running, go get a job. Lilo's alone for, like, 5 minutes and the house blows up.
And here's the thing is, Lilo, while this alien fight is happening, calls Cobra Bubbles, because he gave her his card at the beginning of the movie, and tells him aliens are fighting in her house, and ends the call with, oh, my dog found the chainsaw.
Oh, good. My dog found the chainsaw. Pleakley grabs her and, like, runs. Because he just doesn't want this little girl to die, which is good.
Yeah, Pleakley maybe while his heart might be in the right place, his reasoning I don't think is. But basically, just lets her know, yeah, this isn't going to end well. So the house blows up.
Yeah. Nani runs back. Bubbles shows up. Puts Lilo finds out that Stitch is an alien and gets fucking pissed because come on.
Yeah, could be.
And
he systematically destroyed her parents' house and also her chances of staying with her sister.
Yeah, but the thing is, it kind of hurt. I fucking get it, Lilo. That makes sense. Be mad, but this was the one person who believed in Stitch, and now she doesn't, and now he's actually alone.
Now he doesn't even have that.
So she's gonna get taken away by Bubbles, but she runs off. And
this is where Bubbles says the line.
Yeah. Yeah. And she is kidnapped. Her and Stitch together are kidnapped by Captain Gantu.
Yeah, whale boy.
And fuck you, Gantu, because it's so easy to not kidnap a small child. I do it almost every day.
I've gone 22 years without kidnapping a small child. But not only does he kidnap a small child, he's basically like, oh, look at this, Stitch, you have something to eat, motherfucker.
Yeah, what a piece of shit.
The movie doesn't spend much time on Gantu, but you really, dislike him very quickly. Stitch squeezes out of an airtight containment unit.
Yeah, he's the ultimate fucking weapon, Andy. Nani sees that Lilo has been kidnapped. Stitch finds Jumba and convinces him...
Well, so this is the moment where Nani realizes, A, Stitch is an alien.
Right.
Basically beats him with a bush, I know you can talk, and Stitch says...
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that was when he said, okay, that felt weird.
It was so... it was so weird.
Yeah. Yeah, Stitch needs to have a certain level of broken English to, be...
The second movie,
an okay character.
I think cuts it really close.
Yeah. Well, I think it's what they went for in the series, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Always referring to himself in the third person,
and
just, dropping certain...
verbs and adjectives.
I'm just trying to... What's the...
Prepositions?
What do you call, two?
Prepositions?
I don't think two is a preposition, but he does drop prepositions, so that's fine.
Yeah, he drops all of the linking words.
Yeah, any linking word is sort of dropped, and so you understand what he's saying, but it's very broken.
Yeah.
So he gets Jumba to help, and Jumba's turnaround is very good.
It's I think the line is, he's very persuasive, and I'm just like...
Yes.
The ultimate life form. He has mastered diplomacy.
He's perfect. So they go after Gantu's ship in their smaller ship.
Well, so here's the thing. Gantu is the captain of the Galactic Police or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Why do a geneticist and a biologist have such a bigger ship?
Maybe that's just Pleakley's ship. Maybe from home. Maybe he basically has a space SUV.
I refuse to believe. Well, I think they definitely don't have guns on that ship, which is a downside. But that ship is massive.
Yeah.
So, in another really good action scene.
It's a very, yeah. The action scenes of this movie are fantastic.
They're so good. Basically managed to rescue Lilo and also knock Gantu unconscious. And poor David seems to just be a real... He's a real go-with-the-flow kind of guy. As hinted at by the character design in that his character wears board shorts.
Yeah. We haven't gone into David very much, but he just wants to date this girl.
He all he wants to do is date Nani. Like, maybe not even date her. Go on a date with her.
Go on a date with her. His
and he totally...
His expectations are so low at this point.
And every time she's like, I can't, he's like, hey, I get it. He's so good.
Yeah. And also he's like, I mean, the dating scene can be hard, but like if one of the people has a kid, I imagine that's actually like rougher, right? And yeah. He's like, he and Lilo are super cool.
They care for each other in a way that's just like super cute and great. She thinks it's fancy. So
David gets everybody back to shore. The fucking Grand Councilwoman lands because I guess it has gotten to that point.
She is just so done with everybody. With everybody hanging up on her. I mean,
that's the thing, isn't it? Everybody keeps fucking hanging up on her, and she's the Grand Councilwoman. She has "the" in her title.
Here's the thing, though, is Cobra Bubbles is also there for no reason.
Yeah.
He just knew.
I mean, I don't think they were particularly subtle with the spaceship fighting. So Cobra's there, and Cobra manages to get Lilo to convince the Grand Councilwoman that they legally own Stitch.
Mm-hmm. And at the same time, Stitch has this little speech where he kind of, like, very politely is like, can I just say goodbye to my family? And she's like, This is weird. This is not the same creature that we sentenced to near certain death 3 days ago.
3 fucking days ago, by the way. I don't know how much time that is in space, but...
Space days. 3 space days.
So yeah, so they have a nice little scene. It ends with her assurance that because there is a dangerous life form being cared for by this family, that they are under galactic protection, which basically means that, guess what? They're not taking Lilo away anymore because they're under galactic protection. Which I guess Cobra's fine with, but he also, at the end of if the montage at the end of the movie is anything to go on, does sort of insert himself into this family to just like make sure everything's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and also very specifically, Jumbo and Pleakley are not allowed back in space.
Like, they're staying on this planet if it's the last fucking thing I do. So we end with a great little montage of kind of this dysfunctional family unit building a new home for themselves.
It's a very good montage with a lot of great little scenes, and when I see it, that's what makes me think, they were planning a TV show while they were filming this movie.
For sure.
Because there's no way that they set up like all these cute little scenes without thinking, okay, but we're actually going to do this at some point, right?
Do we have any like loose ends we want to tie up about characters?
There's something I want to mention about Pleakley. When did this movie come out?
2002.
Okay. Pleakley's a transvestite, and it's not really a joke.
It's just kind of there.
I mean, there is a bit of a joke where he's like a little bit like ashamed of it, and then Jumbo steals his wig for a little while, but, like, it's just kind of like a character trait of his. And 2002, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it's definitely, like, it's treated kind of as a punchline, but they also don't rag on it.
It could be a lot fucking worse and weirder, and it's not.
Yeah, it's surprisingly progressive for the time that it came out.
Other than that, I feel like we actually went over, like, what each character is pretty well.
I think Lilo and Stitch is a very strange movie to exist. Like, it does so many things that other Disney movies try to do in such a good, succinct way. Like, its use of sci-fi is so solid and creative, and without bogging itself down on excessive lore detail like Treasure Planet. The sibling relationship between Nani and Lilo is so much more realistic and well-defined than anything that happens in Brother Bear.
I know you're gonna mention Brother Bear, and, like, you're fucking right. There's, like, a lot of... The thing I love about it is, on paper, Stitch should be a terrible character, because you never want to write a character who can do anything. But Stitch can do anything, and the reason he's such a great character is because it's never a problem when he's fighting an alien. The problem is that he is so destructive that he needs to stop himself.
Yeah, he's fundamentally missing this piece of his life. And throughout the movie, he kind of has to learn what a family is, learn that he wants it, and then realize, like, his destructive tendencies are the one thing that would prevent him from getting it.
It's a great movie. You should watch it.
Yeah, it's so good. And beautifully animated. Like, just...
Yeah, we didn't really get into that, but it's just a good-looking movie. And so that's... Good. Most Disney movies are good-looking movies, so it's usually not even worth mentioning, but it just is. It just looks good. It really captures the feeling of I've never been I've never been to any island in Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
But
you mean Kauai?
I thought it began with M. Am I thinking of a different one?
Yeah,
I'm thinking of a different one.
This movie takes place on Kauai, I believe.
So I've never been to Kauai, but
holy shit! This movie was originally going to take place in Kansas.
I get that.
Ooh, that would have been bad.
I definitely think it's better in Kauai, but you could do the same small town thing. But that's the thing; it has such a sense of place, and that place is so insular. Yeah. It's like, this is a tiny place telling a big story, and I like that.
Yeah.
And the animation about this has it feeling like a tiny place telling a big story. And they do stuff like they play with the fact that there are mountains and volcanoes everywhere, you know?
Oh, God, yeah, there's a point where Stitch drives a semi, like a gas semi, into a volcanic, like, shelf. Oh, man, that was good.
Yeah, it's a good thing that actually didn't come back to haunt them, because I think it very much could have.
I just realized that Lilo has a last name, and I never knew that.
Okay. What is it?
Pelekai.
Oh. I'm glad we didn't mention it, because I would not want to butcher a character's last name for an entire podcast.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Lilo and Stitch 2. Stitch has a glitch.
Which seems like a movie that was written because the title rhymed, and they figured out the rest of it as they went along. First impressions. There should be a seizure warning before this movie.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because the first thing it does is flash a lot of green on black, and I'm sure that's not great for a lot of people.
It is definitely a better color combination to flash, but yeah, still not great. Definitely have that warning.
So if you're prone to seizures and you're listening to this podcast, turn it off now. That was a joke. It's an audio podcast. Listen to this. Leave a rating or review. Listen to all the others. Tell your friends.
Let them know.
If you build it, they will come. Whatever we were talking about. Boy, I don't remember how this... Oh, yeah. Stitch is having a dream that he is like, they like goes crazy and starts destroying stuff, and he wakes up when he hurts Lilo in the dream.
So, like, right off the bat, this Stitch is a very different character from the last movie.
Okay, you want to talk about how?
I was hoping you would fill in the blanks there for a bit, buddy, because
well, you like brought up the idea, so I figured you wanted to be the one to run with it.
I'm like still half joking.
Okay, great. So like,
go ahead.
Well, he's kind of timid the whole time.
He's taken on this very like Bruce Banner-y, like afraid of his own power stance. That's very strange. Like, it's interesting, but it's so abrupt and weird.
That's kind of my main issue with this thing, because Stitch's instinct for destruction in the first movie is, like, all him. And he learns that there's other stuff than destruction, and he wants to focus on that. And in the series, which, you know, I used to watch and I loved...
It's very good.
Was always pointed toward whatever was currently wreaking havoc throughout Hawaii. So it was never a bad thing, exactly.
I think the fear that this movie plays on is not being able to control those tendencies.
Yeah, and if it was done a little bit differently, it could feel a little like sort of
structured, yeah.
Well, I was thinking it could feel more like Clark Kent than Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Which I would appreciate a little bit more, just like
World of
being
Cardboard.
Scared of your own strength instead of like being scared that you're going to lose control.
Yeah. I can see that.
Although one of the things I did notice that about this movie is, did they randomly add in a couple words for Lilo, or could the voice actor just not sound the same moment for moment?
This movie is the only movie to have a different voice actress for Lilo.
Okay.
And
I usually don't even notice shit like that, but it was very jarring to me.
Yeah, she, from the beginning to the end of the movie, the cadence of her voice changes drastically. Mm-hmm. Which is unfortunate, but it happens.
Yeah. Lilo tries to prove that Stitch is still good by, like, trying to destroy stuff, and he has to save it, including a bust of Elvis, I believe.
Yeah.
And her favorite book, which is Plastic Surgery's Gone Wrong.
Which sounds like such an awesome book. Like...
and that's very Lilo.
I want that book. I need to call Justin McElroy.
She does a trust fall, which is not an appropriate height for a trust fall.
The trust fall is too high.
Yeah, the trust fall where like a kid could actually hurt themselves doing this trust fall.
Let me tell you something. As somebody who's as a child who's jumped off of many bunk beds, yeah, you get real beat up.
But you could also not. I mean, I've also jumped off bunk beds. You're usually fine.
If you do it backwards, you're gonna get pretty hurt.
That's the thing. I did a lot of Long Live the King scenes off of bunk beds.
Oh, nice. That's real choice. I did a lot of orbital drops off of off of beds in Jungle Gyms, because I was a cool kid.
I see.
Who got to explain what the concept of an orbital drop was to my friends. And that makes you the coolest motherfucker in the Jungle Gym.
It's true.
No, it doesn't.
So then we see like what the rest of the family life is like, and there are a couple things. Okay, so I have opinions about what Lilo's family life should look like. That this kind of made... This is one of the things, like, there are points for me against this movie that are just because it's not exactly what I would have wanted. And one of them is that, like, there's not as much focus on Nani anymore.
Nani, this movie focuses more on David than on Nani in some respects, which was kind of annoying.
Oof. Because his story is not interesting. Also, Pleakley isn't wearing a wig in this scene where they're just hanging out at home, and that made me feel a little bit weird. And I couldn't remember if, like, in the series he just wore a wig when he was around.
I don't remember either. It's been so long. There is a hula festival happening.
Uh-huh.
And
okay, there's a hula competition happening in 3 days, and it's annual, so this fucking guy knew about it the whole time? The whole year he knew about this thing? And he decided to tell these little girls 3 days before that they needed to create an original hula. And fuck you, buddy.
So it's for the May Day festival, and Lilo... Kumu tells Lilo, hey, listen, way back in the Dizzy, your mom totally won this event. And those are his exact words. I remember them. I wrote them down. I don't take notes. I do when the movie's exceptionally bad, because that way I can remember anything. Right. So, yeah, and...
But the thing,
now,
and he gets this cute little picture. I mean, her mom's adorable.
Her mom looks exactly like her.
Yeah, of her mom doing her hula. And the thing, I'm not sure, at the end of this movie I still wasn't sure how I felt about revisiting the broken family aspect. Because on the one hand, a child never gets over not having a mother, and that's always going to be part of Lilo. But on the other hand, her home life is so much more stable and supporting in this movie. It doesn't feel like there should be as much of a story there.
Well, I don't think it's so much as it being like a broken family thing, so much as it's like this is a connection to her mom. Mm-hmm. If she wins this competition, she now has a tangible connection to her mother that's more than just a photograph.
Yeah.
Like
but that's another reason I felt like Nani should be more in this movie than she is.
Nani really should have been more involved with this. So Myrtle just tells Lilo that she'll never be like her mom, which is such a deep cut.
That's like so cruel that like Stitch is holding Lilo back, and then when she says that, he like lets go.
Yeah, they both look at each other, and Stitch is like, "No, you're good."
And then Lilo beats up Myrtle. Stitch takes pictures of it, and but here's the thing again. I don't know that we need to retread beating up Myrtle. Like, it feels good, we do. But I'm not sure we needed it.
Listen. I wasn't sure either until she said that line, and I was like, "Oh, bitch, gonna learn today." Also, this was one of two scenes in this movie that I thought was in the original movie.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I vividly remembered this scene being in the original movie, so... but I think I watched both of them back to back a lot.
So, Stitch takes a bunch of pictures, and when we cut to the next scene, Nani is looking at the pictures while being told what happened, and Lilo whispers to Stitch, "Next time, flush the evidence." Which I really love.
It's very good.
And then okay, but here's another one of my issues with this movie. The big problem I have with this movie is it's the same movie. So much in this movie is exactly the same that it just feels like a weaker version of the first movie, which we do see kind of a lot watching sequels.
Yeah,
David is exactly the same character, and he and Nani have exactly the same relationship, where, like, he comes over to, like, take her to a movie or something, but she's gonna deal with this Lilo thing, and that's just, like, exactly like the last movie. And again, that's definitely something that could happen. But what I really had a problem with this, Pleakley and Jumba, my understanding was they were going to be taking a better role in, like, as, like, caretakers or breadwinners or something. And they're more involved, again, because I keep on comparing it to the series, they're more involved in, like, the day-to-day of Lilo's life in that. Mm-hmm. And in this one, they seem to be doing their own fucking thing all the time. And it's more like they're renters than they're family.
It's definitely very strange.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that Disney sequels tend to have like two major problems. One is retelling the same story but weaker, and the other one is having multiple plot lines for no reason. Like I don't want to talk about it because it sucks, but there is a plot line in this movie in which Pleakley is trying to like help David with his quote unquote relationship problems by making Nani jealous.
They do not have enough of a relationship to have relationship problems yet.
Wow. True.
Well,
but painful.
David says that they've been dating for 3 weeks, and like that's not long
month.
enough for there to like. If there are problems within 3 weeks, you're breaking up already. Because
but the thing is that there are no problems. Pleakley is just blowing smoke up David's ass, and David's too much of an idiot to come to protest.
Yeah, and the other thing is the fact that Pleakley has this side story with David makes it really weird when he's in like the rest of the movie. It's like, is he just running everywhere?
He's so fast.
When does he sleep?
His tiny little tentacle legs are so fast.
I have a note here that says if something doesn't happen, I'll just go to sleep. So there must have been a really boring part coming up.
So there's the family fun
family night.
Yeah, where they're watching them.
I haven't seen it.
I mean, me neither. And hopefully that will stay true for the rest of my life.
I think it says a lot about Lilo that like family movie night is old bad horror movies though.
That if I was a kid, that would be so choice.
Yeah.
Right? Like watching just dumb giant spiders eating people and stuff, that'd be cool. I'd be into that as a kid, but as an adult who knows that movies are bad, I really feel for Nani though. Like her whole like speech about how she tried so hard to have a good family night. Like, no, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna have a family night. Like, I get that so much.
She like cooked for family night though, and like, look, I don't know how it was with your family. Like, we would have like dinners together where it'd be like, okay, we're doing something together, and like on New Year's Eve or something, we would get like, it wouldn't be like real cooking, but we'd get like pizza rolls and like mozzarella sticks and like shitty food that you eat on New Year's Eve, that type of stuff. But on like a regular family movie night, that's pizza day, man.
Well, no,
I'm not working for family night. We're getting fucking pizza.
For me, I definitely know of moments in our family's life where my mom put all of this effort into us having a proper sit-down family dinner just once. Everyone. I mean,
I get that. But this isn't a sit-down family dinner. They're watching a movie together.
Well, they're not a conventional sit-down family, Tony. They're a broken family.
They're not broken, Andy. They're stitched together. How dare you?
Dude, are you proud of that? That's really good.
That wasn't even mine. I think somebody referenced it as like the reason his name is Stitch.
That's really good.
But yeah, I do like it. It's just like an alien themed dinner, and she has cooked a bunch of alien themed stuff. And they're like eating alien eyeballs.
I love Stitch. that Pleakley is like, this is cultural appropriation in a way that is definitely unsatisfying. And Jumbo's like, listen, Nani's in a mood. We're going to eat her food. We're going to smile, pretend to be happy, and then we'll go to sleep. This movie puts Jumba and Pleakley's relationship in like a weird...
They're fucking married.
Like marital status that's really good.
I think it's good to have them be basically married. Like, they live together. They're fucking Joey and Chandler.
Yeah. But more married.
But a little bit more married. So, like, I think it's a good dynamic for them to have. I just wish that their dynamic worked on anyone else in the movie. Like, if they had a natural dynamic with everybody else in the movie, that would be just
they're so separate
wonderful.
from everybody else is the problem.
Well, and this is where we see that, because Stitch goes crazy. Gets the green eyes, starts jumping everywhere.
Yeah,
Jumbo realizes something is wrong, and doesn't like
Nobody.
Tell the family, or tell Stitch.
He doesn't even tell Pleakley at first.
Right, Pleakley just knows because he's following him and is nosy. But what he should be doing is saying, hey, I think there's something wrong with Stitch, I'll fix it.
Like a family.
Just like everybody be aware. You know? Ugh. That was very annoying.
So, this is where we get the backstory.
Oh, okay, yes.
Which is, while Jumba was creating Stitch...
I'm just gonna sit here and, like, growl while you do this, because I hate this fucking thing. I hate charged molecules.
Well, thanks for giving it away, but yeah. Basically, Stitch's molecules, like a battery, weren't fully charged, which means they're depleting, and he's going crazy and will eventually die.
That's, like, not... What? Like, what? That's not what charged molecules are.
Listen, as a guy who did a thesis on molecules...
Yes, tell me.
I could not fucking tell you.
Okay.
I don't know enough about molecules to tell you that you're wrong, or that you're right.
I'm fairly sure this Alien movie is wrong. I'm fairly sure this Alien movie / Disney sequel is wrong.
You mean this cartoon for children?
I think... Wow, how dare you?
This cartoon for children is wrong, Tony? Tell me more. I'm intrigued.
I'm feeling so attacked right now.
Oh, yeah? Are you? Charged molecules. But anyway, getting arrested...
I thought that the point of this podcast was to attack people who had worked very hard on a thing that they made.
Listen, there are
not
things...
me.
There are things worthy of complaining about that this movie does not have.
It bothers me that,
charged particles. Listeners, let this be a testament to how good this movie is, that all Tony can complain about is charged particles.
It's not the charged molecules that's the problem. It's the fact that that's the main... that's the problem. Like, if they just say that as, like, a throwaway thing, that'd be fine, but they don't. It's the whole thing. Stitch is dying because of a fake science fiction thing. And I get it, it's all fake science fiction thing, but come on, give me like, something real. Something that sounds like it could be real.
This is a pretty good movie, though. All things considered.
Yeah, well, it does do this thing where Jumba's like...
it really sounds like Tony's molecules
I can do it,
weren't charged
and it cuts
this morning.
to, like, I can't do it. And it's like, cool. Huh?
What?
Okay.
It was a really good joke. You'll hear it when you're editing.
Great. Lilo and Stitch are thinking of hulas, and their hula ideas are cute. None of them make any sense, but they're cute.
Yeah. Eventually they decide, after this great montage... So, when they first dually said Elvis, I was like, oh, a hula about Elvis would be a great idea.
A hula about Elvis, that would be very Lilo. But then she doesn't do that.
Instead, they try to channel his spiritual essence. They try to, like, seance him into giving them an idea.
Mm-hmm. And while they're doing this, Stitch goes on an Elvis-themed path of destruction, which... Mm-hmm. I mean, that's, again, the biggest problem with this movie is that it doesn't have enough original ideas. Because that's just, like, what fucking happened in the other movie.
Yeah.
But eventually, they come to the conclusion that they need to do a hula about... Oh, fuck, I should have written this down, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you should have. Give me a sec.
Do you know this goddess's name?
The legend of Hiaka? Hiaka.
Okay.
Here's the thing about these kind of Hawaiian terms is they have apostrophes in them, and I don't think that means pause. So I think it's just either Hiaka or let's go with Hiaka.
So this is who she decides. It's apparently an old Hawaiian
legend of...
I was going to say folktale, but legend's better. I was trying to think of the right word there. It's like a, God falls in love with a mortal type of story. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's molten lava, murder. It's got everything you need for a good hula. But the problem is, over the course of this destructive montage, Lilo's kind of obsessing over winning this competition. So Stitch's weird behavior to her is just him being malicious. Which, if she wasn't so obsessively driven towards her goal, maybe she would realize that her family is acting weird.
Yeah, but let's cut away for a second, because meanwhile, we get some more Pleakley David stuff.
Now, I did say that I didn't want to talk about this, so I'll let you take the reins.
There's one thing I do like about it. So, Pleakley decides to drag David to Nani's place of work, already a point off.
Yeah, already a bad idea.
So that he can speak loudly about how great he is, and then Pleakley flirts with him, and Nani, like, isn't a fucking idiot. She knows what an alien in a wig looks like.
She knows, yeah. She's like, listen, Pleakley, I get it. And then here's the best part, right, is she just kind of cuts through the bullshit and is like, listen, David, do you just want to hang out tomorrow?
That's the thing. Her reaction to it's so great. Because Pleakley's like, oh no, he has plans. And she's like, he does. And it's like, alright, fine.
And David's like, I do? Oh god, David's such a fucking idiot.
David's a moron. Like, he needs Nani to look after him like she looks after literally everybody else.
I think Nani needs less children in her life. She has so many.
But he's just like, so... Okay, well, here's the thing, though. Like, maybe they dumbed him down a little bit too much in this movie. Because in the last movie, he did find her a job and save her dog. Like...
There is a scene later in this movie that I do really like where he just shows up out of nowhere in the middle of another scene wearing, like a bullfighting outfit.
Yes.
Like, honey, what are you doing? And at this point, Nani's just so tired of his bullshit.
She's closed the door on him, right? Like, yeah, not right now, man. So, and look, man, I'm complaining about little stuff because this movie basically an okay movie.
Yeah, this movie is good.
I wouldn't call it good, but it's not bad.
Would you not call it good? It's
too much like a worse version of the first movie. You could just watch the first movie again.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I mean, it's not bad like Mulan 2 is bad. It's not bad like a lot of the movies we watched are bad. It's just like not...
I would call it good.
It doesn't tell a new story, so it's not like worth watching.
Now, maybe this is me coming off of the delirious high that was watching The Wild and Madagascar back to back.
That was a delirious low, but keep going.
But this feels like a good, fun movie. Like, the plot is rehashed, sure, but there are some really good moments in this movie. There are good moments, and that's why I love that there's a series about this where you can see good moments between the characters. But does the series?
But like one of the things that bothers me is Stitch is fine. Stitch drops the glitch thing long enough for him and Lilo to write and memorize a hula, and he won't get he doesn't get another glitch until they're actually like rehearsing it in front of people. Like, that's weird. He should have been glitching the whole time.
No, yeah, definitely. The pacing of this movie isn't that great, but...
And the best parts of this movie are when Lilo and Stitch fight like siblings.
Yeah, those are really good.
Partially because it, like, highlights the fact that when Nani was trying to get Lilo a fucking dog, she adopted a kid.
Yeah. Like I said, Nani needs less children in her life.
Mm-hmm. And it's got this great scene where Lilo's chasing Stitch and he slams the door in her face and then holds his finger against it so she can't get through.
Yeah, because he's super strong and can lift, what was it, 1,300 times his weight?
Yeah, or something. He's buff.
Give me a sec. Fuck. might be dying. This is it, Tony. This is the last
Look,
episode
man,
of the podcast.
if you survive the wild, I'm not sure anything can kill you at this point.
You make a good point. I am very strong. So,
everybody, you need to clap your hands and believe in Andy.
no, don't. That'll just kill me faster. It's light fading.
Jumbo's plot machine that's gonna fix everything explodes halfway through the movie, and
this is the epitome of Jumba and Pleakley's like weird marital relationship, because Pleakley is just like, hey man, we've only been married for a week and 3 days or something, a month and 3 days, a time.
How long has it been?
An indeterminate amount of time. I'm going to say a year.
Maybe a year. Like, we know that Christmas happened because they have a hovercraft, and they got that at Christmas.
Yeah, so let's go with a year and 3 days. But like, you're the most evil genius I know. And Jumba's like, you're right. That wasn't the right accent. Let me try again. That was like a Vegeta. No.
It sounded like Pete.
Pete?
It sounded to me like Pete.
I wish I could do a solid Pete, because then that means I could do a Tigger. No, I can't do it. He basically agrees, and he's like,
just
yes.
Russian, man. You can't go into a Russian accent.
Get me Lynch. This is a different Russian accent, though.
That's a different Russian accent.
Get me Lynch. No, it's still not right.
It's not. Very good, though. I can't do fucking any accent, so we'll just move on.
Oof.
Stitch has a fucking existential crisis.
Stitch?
Which is, like, my favorite thing about this movie, and that one feels like it... That feels like it really could be, like, something.
Yeah.
If that was played up more.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of problems with these movies is they just don't have enough of a pre-production, right? Like, it's like, we need a Disney sequel out. Here's a basic idea for what a story plot could be. Now you have 3 months to animate it and make of it what you will. Like, I feel like if they had sat down and really just kind of zeroed in on what made this plot interesting, they could have made a great movie. If we could have
focused a little bit more on, like, the family dynamic and a little bit less on, like, the Davids, like, we could cut out
all of David.
The weird David thing, and just have him be a character again.
You know, here's a question. Where's Cobra Bubbles?
That is a question. I was wondering that too.
I really missed him.
He doesn't need to be in a Lilo and Stitch movie, but it would make it feel a lot better.
If he just, like, at one point just showed up and is like, I've been getting calls of disturbances.
Right. Maybe he's the reason they can't fly the hovercraft all the time or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Something. Anything.
But, so this whole time, Stitch has been, at the very beginning, Lilo showed Stitch a chart about how he's totally good now. And he's been, every time he made a mistake, he's erased some of the good.
That is such a good,
Yeah. That's something that should have been focused on more.
Way more.
Yeah, and like, okay, so this, like, machine that Jumba needs to build, and he builds it twice, like, that's not useful.
No.
Like, that's something that doesn't need to be there. More about this existential crisis thing could be, and the chart.
I would have liked it if this was more of a Spider-Man 2 situation, right? Where all Stitch needed was just to believe in himself and realize he doesn't have to not be destructive to also be good.
It's been a long time since I've seen Spider-Man 2.
Well, if you remember, the point of Spider-Man 2 is Spider-Man could be Spider-Man and also be Peter. He doesn't have to choose. That movie was real weird and dumb in a good way.
I remember that was the scene with the train.
Yeah, the train scene is the scene everybody remembers.
And I remember Doc Ock walking into the thing about the old Spider-Man movies is they always killed off the villains.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was like the only superhero movie coming out at that time that was like one superhero. And they always killed off the villain. So,
I think that, but that was
I don't know. It
true
always
until
felt
Homecoming.
really weird to me. Because for a while, that was like the go-to what a superhero movie looked like.
Yeah, I feel like that's still kind of the case. Just there's a lot of dressing that lets us ignore the fact that that's pretty much been true. Like I can't very few villains in superhero movies make it to another movie.
Well, but a lot of the times in like current Marvel movies, for instance, the hero will kill the villain. Okay, because the villain has to. But for Spider-Man, he's not supposed to kill anybody, so the villain's always died. Like Green Goblin killed himself.
Yep.
In a stupid way that a stupid person might drive his own car at himself.
Godspeed, Spider-Man. And
then Doc Ock killed himself by walking into a river, and thinking back, I don't think he needed to.
No, he really didn't. I'm sure there was a plot reason why he did have to, but...
Yeah, and then the villains, I think, killed each other in the third one. I think Sandman lives. I don't care.
Yeah, Sandman lives. No, Sandman's a good character in that movie. His arc is really good. I really like it.
If you say so.
It's the only redeemed.
He's the only criminal.
He's the only good He's the only good character in that movie. Like, who am I supposed to care about? Fucking New Goblin who looks like shit, or Topher Grace's weird, shitty Venom? No.
I would have loved to care about Venom.
I would have loved to care about Venom, too.
It's just that he sucked a lot.
Sorry, real quick aside. That new Venom movie that's coming out looks really good.
My issue is that, one, I'm not going to go see a Sony superhero movie unless 14 people tell me I need to see it. But two, my big issue with it is that, alright, so Venom looks exactly like Spider-Man, right?
What?
Venom, I don't have an issue with the costume or anything. I mean, Venom's design originally is supposed to look like Spider-Man because he came from Spider-Man's suit.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I can tell, there's nothing about Spider-Man in the new Venom movie because they're not.
He doesn't have the white insignia, as far as I can tell.
Okay. But he still has spider abilities.
Well, he's got from what I could see in the trailer, his abilities seem to just be. I'm
stretchy.
I'm stretchy, yeah, and I stab people with my stretchy ooze. And also I have a long, creepy tongue that is kind of sexual, but also kind of creepy.
I saw a lot of people complaining about what Venom's head looked like, and I was like, guys, did you forget how fucking dumb he looked in Spider-Man 3?
That's the thing about Venom is even the coolest Venom ever was, Venom is a dumb as fuck looking character. But 13-year-old me thought he was so fucking cool.
Well, here's the thing about Venom. He has a fucking dog mouth. And you gotta make it look... You gotta sell it a little bit.
I need to send you this photo I have of a horse with a dog mouth that I love.
I think I've seen those. I think I've seen horse with a dog mouth.
I want a horse with a dog mouth so fucking bad. That's my dream pet. What a good boy. So speaking of horses with dog mouths, Stitch.
Alright, I'll let it happen. Where the fuck were we in this movie? Were we gonna do Stitch's, his, trying to redeem himself thing? Helping little old ladies cross the road?
Yes. Yeah, all he needs to be good is to make... All you need is to have 1 million old ladies cross a road.
He starts kidnapping old ladies to help them cross the road? It's great.
He glues hair onto the barber's head.
Mm-hmm.
And the barber's
into it.
Yeah, instead of being eternally grossed out.
Because it was floor hair.
I would rather be bald. Stitch.
What else does he do? This is a good montage.
It really is. I will say,
what song is it to?
I will say one thing that surprised me about this movie is they got all of the original songs and Elvis songs back, which is good. I'm glad that they took that. A lot of sequels to Disney movies kind of just either don't have music or just don't have music that is as good.
Oh man, Peter Pan too, man.
Oh, Fadoofa.
But the thing is, if they're willing to pay some money to get Elvis songs, then you automatically have good songs in your movie.
Right. Where the passion fruit
that's
grows
great.
sweet. And it's so divine not to lose your mind as it sweeps you off your feet.
Why do you like this?
I could sing the whole song, so do you want to keep moving, or... Inupendi.
Why? It's in my head now. Farts.
I will say, surprised they didn't get Hound Dog. That's like the quintessential Elvis song.
So, the festival? Lilo's at the festival?
Lilo's trying to do this solo act.
She wrote the hula for two people. Pretty obviously, I feel like. The point is that she's supposed to be this goddess, and Stitch is supposed to be the mortal. And she has kicked Stitch out because he keeps going fucking crazy. So she's just gonna do it herself.
So Stitch comes back and is like, no, look, I fixed everything. Lilo's not having it. She's like, nah. You get one more chance, or you're fucking out of here.
Yeah, Lilo starts dropping F-bombs like crazy. It's adorable. Like, have you ever heard a little kid swear?
It's so endearing. It makes swears sound pure and good, like sugar.
Sugar is alright.
I know, as a person who doesn't eat sweets, yeah, that was a weird metaphor even for me. So, Stitch really biffs it, though, because he has one last Cuckoo Bananas breakdown. Destroys the props, destroys the room. So at this point, we kind of cut. Not really much happens that I remember either.
Okay.
But the competition happens.
Do we go to the competition?
Let's just go to the competition.
All right. So, later the competition, everybody's there. That's not true. I misspoke.
5 people are there.
Jumba and Pleakley are still trying to make the...
Part 2 of the fusion device, or whatever.
They're making their
the MacGuffin.
plot hole device.
The MacGuffin.
You know?
Yeah.
The MacGuffin, yeah.
Or the
But Nani and David
are
there to watch Lilo. Myrtle puts on just the worst.
God. What terrible...
Anybody could beat that.
Her parents must be such fucking, like, capitalist pigs.
They're the worst.
Like,
they must be the worst.
There cannot be a single good thing about them.
Mm-hmm. Just before Lilo goes on, Stitch tells her she's going to be great, and
this is like the most emotional part of the movie.
Sorry? This is the most emotional part?
Yeah.
And he says, he's sorry, and then he glitches out and, like, smacks her and scratches her in the face, just like in his dream.
His worst fear.
And she's, like, hurt, but she's, like, more concerned with the fact that he seems to be having some kind of seizure.
Yeah, like, she's definitely like, something's wrong.
But when he realizes what he did, he runs off. And she goes to do her hula, and then, like, 2 notes in, just runs off stage going after Stitch. Let me talk for a second about how much I don't care about Jumba's self-doubt. I don't care. But they keep going back to it in this movie. Like, we haven't really talked about it, but he, like, talks about how he can't make this thing. And I think it's supposed to, like, rev up dramatic tension, and it's just they shouldn't have spent very much time on Jumba making
seriously.
But Lilo runs into Jumba and Pleakley. They're trying to find Stitch because they don't have a lot more time before he goes and just like dies in a super not dramatic way.
Well, so before he dies, I will say he steals the ship,
right,
and pulls up what is it, like, the compendium of uninhabitable planets, which I wish there was, like, I want that.
Yeah,
just sounds like you want to go somewhere where no one could ever find you, and you'll probably die of starvation. Have you considered C152b, the desert planet?
So Lilo calls him and says, you can't leave. I need you. And he says he's too, like, he can't stay, he's too dangerous. And then he starts flipping out and destroys the cockpit, and the ship crashes. And so she uses the hoverboard to go get him, puts him in the machine. It doesn't work.
And watches her brother die.
Or her brother / her dog.
Her dog brother.
And man, like I said, I wasn't real into this movie. And it made me really mad when Stitch died, because I was like, oh, what? You're going to make me sad now? Oh, are you going to fucking make Cheap Trick making me watch Stitch die movie?
That's the thing, right? Is, like, up until this point, the movie's a fun ride with, like, a couple of deep moments, and then when Stitch dies, you're like, fuck you. This shouldn't make me as sad as it does, but I just watched the first movie, so I'm compromised. I'm not in an emotionally good state for this movie. How dare you?
How could you fucking do this to me?
Piece of shit. And then, like the legend of...
I gotta say this because it made me so mad too. A fucking dumb machine knows what Stitch's body is doing from a hair sample from 2 days ago.
You just went back to the beginning of the fucking movie with some
spite. It was in the beginning of this movie, but it was at the end too, where, like, you know, the Disney thing where somebody cries on somebody and they come back to life?
Yeah.
The machine started reading vitals again from the hair sample, not from Stitch. He wasn't in the damn thing anymore. You can't get vitals from a fucking hair sample.
I will say that unlike most Disney movies, this movie had a lot of precedence for people's love bringing somebody back to life.
How's that?
Well, the legend that they're telling is about...
Oh, yes. That was,
friends.
Again...
Love is stronger than death.
There are bits of this movie that are real clever. Like that, the whole point of her hula is that friendship and love is stronger than death. And then she brings it up. But what I hate... Boy, howdy, what I hate... One more thing I hate about this movie, and then we can be done talking about how much I hate this movie, is... Chumba, a man of science, says this is impossible and does not investigate.
This is not possible. God, I can't do a Jumbo voice. I want to.
You fucking can't. That's weird.
I'm usually like, I can do like a word. This one just is escaping me. But yeah, he's like, it's a miracle, and
he says it's not possible, and what he doesn't do is like make sure that Stitch is okay.
God, you know what would be great is if Jumbo... Here's how you could save this, right? Is Jumbo goes, this isn't possible. It would, like, the energy, and then he just says an offline about how, like, if I could weaponize love, I would make the strongest weapon in the galaxy.
That'd be good, yeah.
Something.
Oh, but there's like some really good stuff here. Like, we didn't mention that the person who gets Stitch out of the machine is Jumba, and he like picks him up and holds him, and it made me think, oh, his son just died.
Man, what a
like
weird...
this is awful.
Yeah, this. So then they dance the hula that Stitch and Lilo made, and the movie ends.
But and there's some good stuff, like Lilo calls Stitch a trog in one scene, which is great because
good, yeah.
She could only have heard that while she was being kidnapped by a giant whale, and she fucking held on to it.
She was like, "Ooh, this is a good one."
In case she was mad later.
Trog.
I ragged on this movie a lot, but, like, it's just the first movie, but slightly worse. Which means it's pretty fucking good anyway. Having just come off of, you know, The Wild, I can, like, you can watch this movie without feeling physically ill.
This movie is watchable.
Uh-huh.
It has a plot, it's got a story, it's got characters that matter. despite all of its inconsistencies, it manages
even
to
if
wield
they, even
have
if
a
the
coherent.
Characters only matter because you like them from the last movie.
That's
nice
guess what? That's fucking more than anything the Wild had, even that much.
That's true.
This movie has a fucking theme that it sticks to and delivers on. Whoa, amazing. I just like I'm getting worked up again.
Think of your blood pressure, Andy.
Oh man, yeah. No, this movie's awesome. It's really fun. It's got great emotional moments. I think a lot of my problems with this movie are just how it kind of doesn't really fit in with the TV series very well.
That might be my main reason against it, because it feels like it goes against this more like palatable canon.
Yeah.
Like a canon that I really like and that works really well, and it sort of pushes against it.
Yeah.
Like, they both line up with Lilo and Stitch, the movie. But I don't know if this movie lines up with the series.
And the series, I think, for a lot of people, is like the definitive continuation of Lilo and Stitch. With good reason. It's very good.
Well, we talked a little bit at one point about how it's one of the... Maybe there are a few other... I can't pretend that I've watched every Disney adaptation, but it's one of the Disney TV shows that actually feels like the movie.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it could be a continuation of the story in a way that... Like, another one I used to watch was Timon and Pumbaa, and it's just completely different.
Yeah, it's more story. It's not just, hey, look at these two characters, you know. Mm-hmm. Like, it adds on to the canon of the film and to the characters' growth in a way that's satisfying, which you don't get from a lot of Disney series that add on to the movie, except for maybe, I don't know, Tarzan and Jane, maybe? I don't know.
Did you watch that one?
I watched it a lot, but I don't remember enjoying it much.
Okay, well, that can't be great news. From people who are a few years older than me, I've heard good things about Aladdin, but I couldn't swear. I know that the second Aladdin movie, is a tie-in to the series, and third movie is supposed to wrap it up.
Well, isn't the third movie about his dad?
Third movie is about his dad.
Cool.
But, like, specifically in the second movie, they were like, we need to kill off Jafar so we could make a series.
we just gotta get rid of Jafar. We gotta.
So, I like the first movie, and I don't think the second movie's bad. How about you?
I think the first movie's fucking amazing, and I think the second movie is fine. It's good.
All right. Neither of these is The Wild, and therefore we recommend it wholeheartedly.
I literally, man, The Wild lowered the bar so fucking low. Like, I could watch 36 minutes of a man eating a bag of chips and occasionally going, and it would be a better experience.
I like that he doesn't like the chips that much.
Right. Just occasionally just eats one and he's like,
Thank you for listening to Direct-to-Video.
VHS?
I have been your co-host, Tony Robusto.
And I have been your co-host, Andy Reyes.
Words. Do we do Twitter now?
Yeah.
Okay, you cut out for a second.
Can I do a Stitch? Let's find out. Is this good? Is this working?
I can hear a little bit of Stitch in there, but you sound like maybe a Muppet of some kind? The line between Stitch and Muppet's very thin, if you think about it.
I'm getting stage fright now. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. You can find Turner. Oof, no, I can't do that. I don't have enough water.
Okay.
Oof, man, that's playing havoc on my throat. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it sounds like it would be kind of grating. You can find me on Twitter at TheaterBats.
And you can find me on Twitter at royalty_Valens.
And you can find the comic that I do at inspiredbytrueevents.org. And this is going to be the last time I'm going to plug this other thing, because I'm done with it.
Mm-hmm. It's finished.
And if you haven't checked it out, then you probably won't.
But also,
if you want to read
time.
some Pokemon fan fiction, that's in the description.
It's very good. Maybe more coming. Shrug.
Don't shrug at me, you piece of shit.
Who knows? Real special thanks to Lee Rosevier for Penguins on Parade. You can find a link to that in the description below, as well as some other stuff that we've mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you get your local podcasts, give us that 5-star review. It really matters to us.
Yeah, I recently learned that most of our listeners aren't on iTunes, so just whatever pod tracker you have, or podcatcher you have,
even if you're not on iTunes, just go rate us there.
Yeah, go on iTunes and be like, "Hey, iTunes, this is so great. Trust me."
Because I don't listen to any podcasts on iTunes, but I think I've left 4 reviews.
What are they going to do? Call you a liar?
Yeah. You don't listen to this podcast. We don't have a record of you downloading this podcast. Invalid. Off of iTunes. Off, I say. I'm Steve Jobs, back from the dead, here to kick you off of iTunes.
They call it Apple Podcasts now.
Oh, do they?
Shit. Yeah.
What? That's confusing. Yeah, I had to download the podcast app to fucking leave a review of, good podcasts, and I was irked. Not that our podcast isn't good.
Look what you fucking did, Andy.
Just listen, we're not Roman Mars, We're not soothing people with our knowledge.
No, but I like to think that they like how angry I got at Prince of Egypt.
Yeah.
Or they like hearing I hope they liked how angry I got at Prince of Egypt. That's one of our most popular episodes. And if you want to find more of our episodes, you can go to direct2.video. See how I worked that in? Good job, Tony.
Real smooth, real good. I could feel the passion, just the raw, youthful energy coming out of your voice.
Yes.
I feel like I'm using adjectives wrong.
You said youthful and you're younger than me, and that made it weird somehow. Hey, this is Tony from the future cutting in real quick. We forgot to say that next time we will be watching The Princess Diaries and The Princess Diaries 2 Royal Engagement. Just went and quickly looked up that subtitle. Okay, gonna throw it back to Andy for the outro. Anyway, I'm the ghost of John Smith.
I had a weird moment where somebody called me daddy at school, and it was distressing, because my nickname is Andy, so just in the heat of the moment, I guess, the letters got added in, but I had to go home.
I would leave town.
Well, okay, guess what, Tony? I'm going to fucking Chicago. I'm going to the other side of the country to escape this.
I cannot see any fault with that choice. Wow.
So yeah, I'm alive and internet dead.
I think the coolest thing that I ever saw at a McDonald's was when they had that like the Pokemon one with the Pokeball that would open and the Pokemon was inside. That was definitely I think the coolest thing they ever did, because those things were awesome, and I always got the shit Pokemon. I was after that Charmander, but they kept giving me
I think I got Eradicate.
Yeah, I got one of the inferior rodent Pokemon. Speaking of inferior, damn it.